jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed."
That means you too, Cece.
Oh, silly
Monkeys
monkeys.
jumping on the bed. And one fell off and bumped his head. And Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed."
One silly monkey.
Silly monkeys.
One silly monkey.
Silly monkeys. Jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. And Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping."
Hi guys, welcome to Pair Women Radio. I'm Amy. It's so good to see you all. I can't quite get this. I want you to know I'm wearing clothing. It just, the angle is so bad. There, that's better actually. So welcome to Pair Women Radio. I'm Amy. Today I thought we would do a Watts catch up. I haven't done a Watts video in at least a week. So that's a long time for me. Like, oh, Watts Live, I should say. Yeah, it's been a while. So, and I have some things I need to clear up. I misspoke on, well, I didn't really misspeak. Yeah, okay, I misspoke on some things. But it was completely by accident or because of my brain not working like it should. I did have a brain bleed. I hate to, or a stroke. It was brain bleed / stroke. I don't know. It was both. But anyway, I sometimes forget things that I completely knew what was right and what wasn't. But it's on some of my lives, so I'm going to show you the screen and we're going to go back and I'm going to show you the live where I was either confused and I didn't know what was going on and I was told what was going on by the person that was happening to. And the second one is about the house. So I knew what was going on, but I forgot in my brain. That one I forgot in my brain. So let me show you the screen and hold on one second. I need to get my ticker going. And I want to go say hi to everybody in the chat real fast. Happy Monday. Are Mondays still dreaded days for any of you? I know that some that lots work from home now, so is Monday really any different? Mondays are not actually my least favorite day of the week. Sundays are my least favorite day of the week. I feel like Sundays has such a heavy energy, expectations, or it could have been from my childhood, the heavy energy and the expectations, but I don't like Sundays. Okay, I was going to show you my screen. I was like, where was I? If you guys could give this live a thumbs up, a heart, however I'm over on today. We are streaming over on Facebook. Hi, everyone on Facebook. And we're saying hi to everyone on, we're on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. And we're over on Twitch, our newest platform. Hi, everyone on Twitch. Okay. So let me find the videos that I need to talk about. I need to push the screen up a little bit. I am wearing clothing, though. We all know that now. I do so many videos. Did I delete it completely? Let's go into this one and see. I know this isn't the one. But this is the one, I think.
This is Parawoman Radio.
Where
Bad.
Body and wear hair.
Yes, this is it right here. Right here, I wanted to show you. I was very confused about, this is from Seeking the Truth with Dave. I always want to say Dave first and then Seeking the Truth. I don't know why. But anyway, let me make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. Okay, you are seeing what I'm seeing. So anyway, I was very confused on why these were covered. And I thought, are they cleaning? What's going on? Why are they doing this? And apparently Dave put in my comments for this video, he said that they were being nasty. They knew that he was coming and they covered it. So I'm really disappointed. I just feel like it's a public space. As long as people aren't harming it and coming in after hours, everybody has a right to be there. So it's too bad. I always try to take the high road on things, and I always hope that other people do. When I don't take the high road, I'm disappointed in myself. Doesn't mean I don't like myself anymore. It just means I'm disappointed. And so I'm disappointed in the Rucheks for doing this. Not saying I don't get it, because I do get it. But it makes me sad at the same time. So this is the first one that I'm clearing up. This was Dave Seeking the Truth. It was covered because he was coming to visit. I mean, can you imagine having such a presence in somebody's life that, yeah. So this is the one of them. And then the other was about the house. I need to clear up. But did I do the house one first? Let me find where. Maybe. Was it in my WhatsApp someday? Does anyone remember when I did the live
Prison is his
about the house, and it was a cream color, and but I swear maybe it was a cream color. Maybe it's in this first beginning.
Walk through the gardens and down by the.
He's really bad, and when I do that, on this sub shared detail.
It's about the house when it was cream color, and
phone. One of the coworkers.
I don't know. I took it down, I think, on all my platforms because I had it wrong, and I remembered why I had it wrong. I used to team up with another creator, and she had told me that it was the beginning stages of the house when Chris and Shanann were having it built. And I mixed it up in my brain and said that it was because I saw the hold on, let me make myself bigger. I'm not gonna know. I don't know if I can find. Okay. It was when they were building the house. It was the cream color before they put the puke and the diarrhea browns on it. So I was saying that the cobblestone was being, is it cobblestone? Yeah, it was cobblestone and brick. But really, it was when I was saying it was cream because I had saw over the holidays the front door was a cream color, and I couldn't figure out if it was like an overlay that they put over. like those holiday decorations and you can put it over your door. I didn't know if it was one of those deals or if they had actually redone the door because it was a cream color. And so then when I resaw the video or the photos of the house being built, I was like, oh, they're going to do the whole house cream. But that's not right. It's still whatever color it was. And I don't know about the door. And I can't find the video to show you to correct myself. But I just want to correct myself because I never want to do anything wrong, say anything wrong. And if I do say anything wrong, I want to come forward and let you know that that was wrong. And so that was wrong. So I just really don't know. I must have taken it off I deleted it once I saw it, but I thought I just privated it. Let me look over here real quick in my lives and see if I just privated it or if I deleted it. Oh, yes, here it is. Did I leave it public? I did. How embarrassing. I left it public. Let me bring you over to this page so you can see what I'm talking about.
I remember when we used to live.
I want to talk to him. We haven't been able to talk to him. I love
Oh.
my son.
I love this feature on YouTube where you can just run there it is.
Watts.
Where you can just run
Do that
your,
for me. It helps me dance poop brown off of it.
This was when it was being built for the Watts. So it would have been, did they live in the house like 4 years or 5 years? Would have been like in 2015 or 14 or something like that, right? If it was I don't know. I don't know how many years exactly they lived in the house. Does anyone else know how many years? But okay, so that's the clear up of the Watts. And so what I like to do when we do our What's Up, I go over to YouTube and
if you feel like Netflix just has a whole,
I go over to YouTube and I do a little search on what's going on over on YouTube. And then on top of that, because I don't think there's anything much new going on in the Watts case, but on top of that, I thought we'd head over to Facebook and look at Shanann's Facebook page and see exactly what she was doing this time of year, the 3 or 4 years that she was on Facebook. So let's see what's new. I was going to type, let's see what's new. I'll bite. I must have typed that once before. And let's do a filter and do this week. Shocking new revelations in the Chris Watts murders. Worst dad. That's clickbaity, I think. Hidden Motives Part 5, when civil turns criminal. Okay. Shanann's Watts, we'll skip that too. Shanann Watts' House Sold Part 2, answering questions. Hey, let's see what that's all about, huh?
So this video is a part 2 to the video I did about Shanann's house being sold. I'll link part 1 in the description for anyone who has not yet watched it. I received so many questions from the last video, so I thought I would try to answer
seeing
them.
it. Hold on a
Some of the
second.
questions asked were, who got the money from the sale of the house? Did Chris profit from it? How much was the house actually worth? What happened to the lien on the house? Are Shanann's neighbors still living in the neighborhood? And so on. I will answer as many of these as I can to the best of my knowledge. So this is a rundown of everything that has happened regarding the house in chronological order. The house was originally bought by Chris and Shanann for $399,000 back in 2013. In August 2018, they still owed $349,000 on it. After the tragedy and Chris went to prison, the mortgage went into default and the lender foreclosed on the property. In November 2018, Shanann's parents, Frank and Sandy Ruzick, sued Chris for a wrongful death suit. And in 2019, they settled with him for $6 million. This figure includes $1 million for each life he took and $3 million.
Ooh, I didn't know it was $6 million. Did you know that? That's wow, $6 million. But where are they going to get the $6 million from? I guess, I mean, obviously they got the house, but I mean, they're not going to get $6 million, but okay.
Million for emotional damage. Sadly, they did not include Nico here because most states recognize wrongful death claims of an unborn child as valid, but only
that makes complete sense because Colorado doesn't even recognize Nico as being a child.
Only if the fetus was viable at the time of death. And for a fetus to be considered viable, it must be able to survive outside of the uterus. And this typically begins at 24 weeks. Baby Nico was only 15. Obviously, Chris will never be able to pay $6 million, so it became a lien put on the house. This stops Chris from ever being able to profit from this tragedy, meaning that if the house were to sell, the Ruzicks would get whatever is left over after the bank gets their money, and Chris would get nothing. Also in 2019, the bank put the house up for auction for about a year, but no one was interested at the time. After failure to sell the house, it was taken out of foreclosure and off the market, and technically it was still in Chris's name. So at this point, there were two liens on the house, one from the Ruzicks for $6 million and one from the Housing Association, or HOA, as they were trying to recover a couple thousand in unpaid
I think Shining Light knows the root checks, so I feel like this is true information. But because wow.
fees. In 2022, the house was appraised and was found to be worth $816,000. They were likely not going to get that considering what happened there, so they dropped the price and listed it for sale in May of 2022 for $660,000. This was $156,000 below what the house was valued at. And we now know that a lovely family, the Millers, bought the home in November 2022 for $600,000, but she loved her home so much. She built it after all, and it was truly her dream home. Her next-door neighbors came shortly after, but the houses behind hers weren't built until 2016. I know she did not like all the building going on and how close everyone was, but she loved her home so much. She built it after all, and it was truly her dream home. Some people asked about the neighbors and if they were still there, and many have actually moved away. Nate, the next-door neighbor with the security cameras, moved away a couple years ago. He stated it was getting tiring, having so many people drive by.
But I believe his mother took over the house, didn't she?
And many would stop to ask him questions or ask for interviews. It just became too much. I hope wherever Nate is, he is doing well. Would have likely gotten it all, but the Watts family fought for the money in court. It does feel a little weird that the Watts got anything, as they could easily send it to Chris, and that would essentially be him profiting from his family's deaths that he caused. Hopefully the courts made it clear and they could not give him a penny from that money. And that is all.
Okay. Well, there's no way. I didn't show the whole video because I want you to go watch it for yourself. I don't want to take a creator's video, and I'll link it down below. But okay. Let's see what else is going on. I just want to make sure you're seeing what I'm seeing. This fighting is just like icky to me, so I don't really want to talk about the fighting. Because I like fighting. I don't want any drama like that. The Chris Watts case, K9 search team. Strange voices can be heard in the house. That's the Dow voice. I don't understand why people are still doing the Dow voice. Darker Side Podcast. The Watts family. What compels a man to murder his whole family? That was 6 days ago. You guys want to watch that for a minute? Chris Watts, The Great Reset. Psychiatrist's opinion. Which do you guys want to watch? Do you want to watch the psychiatrist one, or do you, Chris Watts in the case of Darlie Reuter? Look at the Simmons. Oh, but that's a long one. That's 2 hours and 33 seconds. Or 33 minutes. Well, oh, did you see that the Idaho 4 case, that house is going to be demolished? I put a video out talking about it. It's going to be no more pretty soon. And yeah, I mean, in the Watts case, somebody else bought it, and it's like people, I don't understand why some houses need to be demolished and others don't, right? Let's see what this Darker Side podcast. I don't know, never heard of the Darker Side podcast, but I'm intrigued. Let me make sure you're
Hello,
seeing
everyone.
what I'm seeing.
Welcome back to the Darker Side podcast. I am your host, Shanann Sikora. If you are new, welcome, and thanks for watching or listening, depending on what you're listening on or watching on. And I apologize that I have not uploaded in quite a long time.
Hold on one second. I'm going to go over to the chat because I see some. First one, maybe. Oh, okay. So this, yep, we're doing the one that you wanted then. And so was just thinking about that. I'm actually glad that they're going to tear it down. So sad. Yeah. I feel like actually I do know why that one should be torn down and the other one shouldn't, because it was just kind of simply a rental house, and it was a college rental house. I lived in two towns. I went to college in a small town, and then I lived in a small college town. And I lived in one of the rental houses that it was right by the college, and it was a duplex side by side. So it wasn't one of those where you rented out the rooms, but I did in college live in one of those where you rented out the rooms. And so I understand it's like right in the hub of like just constant turnover, and it would be a house that would be sought out. People are doing TikTok dances in front of it. And so it's just probably a house that needs to be demolished. And so, yeah. And there's more to it. They donated it to the college, and they're deciding whether to put a memorial there. And so there's more to the video. So go watch it. It's interesting.
A lot of things going on in my personal life. And it has some.
Let's fast forward it. I don't want to be mean.
Shanann worked for a leave.
We're not going to even
And
listen
Shanann
to
was
it all of
known
it
to
because
just
I
be
want you
a
to go
kind
watch our
and
video.
loving person. She was a great mom. She seemed really a hands-on mom. She and the girls were just her life. Shanann met Chris on social media. He randomly sent her a friend request.
And I forgot to say hi. Hi, Kayla. Hi, everybody that's watching. If you could give this video a thumbs up, I would really appreciate it, or a heart, or smile. We're over, let me see, on Facebook, it's like a smiley face, a heart, or something like that. On YouTube, it's a thumbs up. And on Twitch, I don't think you do any of that. You just subscribe. So if you guys could subscribe too, that would be wonderful. So let's go back.
One day, and she decided
What
to
is
accept
the
it.
what is
And
this
Shanann said
Darker
that
Side
when she met Chris,
Watts family?
it was during a really hard time in her life. She was in a really dark place, and he supported her. And she said, even in a way, he saved her life. Shanann had a couple of health issues. She did have lupus. Now, if you guys don't know, lupus is an autoimmune disease. So her body's own immune system attacks its own.
Team autoimmune diseases, not lupus, but I got 2 of them, and they're like fighting the flu constantly. It's just like
own tissues and organs. And having this disease, or even like a disease like this, it's not only weighing on you physically, it's also weighing on you mentally. And it sounds like at this point in time, it was Shanann was just in a really bad place with both her physical.
okay, so I'm really liking this so far. I really like that she's like giving like Shanann's background about the autoimmunes. They can weigh on you, they can change you mentally, they change you physically. So I like that she's doing that. She's like kind of setting us up, telling us like all the background. But I'm gonna have to start skipping around so that you guys will go and watch the video yourself.
Physical and mental health. And Shanann was just totally in love with Chris. Shanann worked for a MLM company called Vallow, also known as Thrive. She had quite a following and was constantly on social media. So I just think that that's really, really weird.
Ooh, what's really weird?
Your body literally attacks itself.
That's autoimmune.
So it's hard being pregnant and having a autoimmune disease.
Okay, she's talking about her pregnancy and having the autoimmune.
19th, 2018, Shanann uploads an ultrasound picture and says that Chris was the best dad us girls can ask for.
Okay, so what's really I'm finding here is just the story. She's telling the Watts story, and she's telling it well, but I thought she was gonna maybe go into, maybe she's just like trying to tell Shanann's backstory.
That Shanann must have gone somewhere, and I will play that clip for you now.
Out of state?
Across country, North Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's not happening.
Wasn't the police officer asking if Shanann was with her parents, and he was saying they're in North Carolina, so that's not going to happen? Wasn't that what was happening?
They're blanket, they sleep if they don't leave anywhere with them.
Good. Nothing else appears to be missing though, just stuff you take for a quick trip.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure what's happening here is this is the story. If you want to watch it retold by another creator, I urge you to go over there.
After the arrest, and it was discovered that Chris was having,
and I'll put her link over there,
an affair with an unknown woman.
Yeah, she's just telling the story, and she's doing it well. It was, what was that? I forget the name of it. Dark Side Podcast. It was case 5. So it's very concise. It seems to be accurate. So I urge you guys to go over there. Let's see if there's anything new in the house. Hate that you have to put his name in, but that's usually how I find things. Let's do a filter and see if we can do this month. Okay. There was a phone call. Was it? Wait. Oh, that was an update. Chris Watts family calls. No, that was when they were calling him. Well, let's go into this one because this one keeps popping up. Hold on a second. This is Hidden Motives Part 5, When Civil Turns Criminal. The long-awaited Part 5 of Hidden Motives is finally finished. Watches very sensitive subject and theory emerges within the Watts family murder files. You guys want to go down this road? I feel like maybe we could like head down that road. Hi, Dallas. How are you today? Happy Monday. Do Mondays bother you guys? They don't really bother me because I don't know. Well, I guess they yeah, a little bit. Okay, Mondays bother me a little bit. Not as much as they used to, but they do bother me a little bit. Only because, yeah, I'm not going to say why they bother me, but they bother me a little bit. So, okay. Let's go back. The House Huddle presents Hidden Motives Part 5 When Civil Turns Criminal. It's 2 hours and 29 minutes, though. Obviously, we're not going to watch all of it, but is this a live that we're about to watch?
Hey, Mom.
This is touching. My heart breaks for the rechecks. It just breaks for them. Especially when I see these pictures. They all had her laugh and smile. They had their mom's big smile. But there's a dark reality behind this, isn't there? I mean, you see the dark reality. Oh, I tear down when... Why are they tearing down? Oh, they're tearing down the Idaho 4 case, the student house, because it's got a lot of people coming to it. They're doing TikTok dances in front of it, and it was donated to the college, and that's what the college decided. Don't know what's going to happen, if there's going to be something put on it, but I put out a video about it. And that, yeah, I was going to do a Idaho 4 catch up, but something came up that day, and, you know, thank you for the happy Monday. So let's, I thought you were asking me, Dallas, I thought you were saying, Amy, why are you tearing up? And I was like, well, sometimes when I see them, I do. I just can't help it. But yeah, because I was tearing up a little bit. Especially when I see those wedding photos. And I think my microphone was on this microphone was plugged in, so I don't hear better.
Welcome everyone, and thank you for your patience as this video has taken much longer than anticipated to complete. I am pleased with the
It's 2 hours long. We're not going to watch it all. I'll also be linking this in my description so that if you want to watch the whole thing, you can just breeze right over there.
Open your eyes to another domestic angle that addresses issues within family law and domestic violence.
Ooh, this is going to be good. You guys, it's talking about domestic violence. Okay. So I'm an ex-social worker, and I moved throughout there's different aspects of social work, and I did the domestic violence, and I did the developmentally delayed, and what else did I do? I did another. Oh, and I just did the plain old going out. Oh, and I did foster care. And then I just did the whole plain old having to go out and visit people at their homes and trying to help them not get their kids taken away, like just kind of keep life skills and stuff like that. So
But the domestic violence arena was always my favorite. And that was the arena, well, in foster care. I didn't like foster care, but foster care, I had to go testify. And that's what made me my love for court and true crime. And so, but then in the domestic, I would go testify, and I liked that arena all around because I was a court advocate. So
With hidden motives, I have shared.
and then later in life, I actually needed one of my own, and she didn't show up.
An objective
I realized how important it was that I showed up.
Approach to several theories and opinions that have been frequently discussed within social groups and television networks like Netflix and Lifetime. We have looked at things such as home decor, statistics on stalking, and even touched on the possibility that Shanann or Chris may have mentioned moving back to North Carolina. I have listened for years to many theories, both reasonable and somewhat questionable, yet something I will say is they are all plausible. In this video, I will be discussing how and why I believe both families have reacted and acted the way that they have over the years, as well as the one theory I've not heard mentioned with a detailed legal explanation.
This is really quiet. Is it quiet for you guys?
Motive would involve others and yet not have anyone else facing charges. Is this possible? The answer is yes, and we will discuss it right here. Let's get started.
Okay, here we go, you guys. Let's get started. I just want to remind you, this is Pairwoman Radio, and I'm Amy. If you could give this video, this live, a thumbs up, a heart, a smile, I would really appreciate it. It's just a free way to help my channel out, and it helps me dance out into the algorithm and bring more people back to the party.
Video is meant to inform and educate through critical thinking and should be used for entertainment and research purposes only.
Okay, this is the disclaimer.
And that it was all essentially a front was the explanation. This would make sense to cover for this with Kessinger. It's my personal opinion that in the final week, the pendulum of decisions swung back and forth so quickly that each second everything changed. There is some weight to Chris stating, "I knew I should have gone to the Rockies game that evening." There is evidence that while Chris originally was open to searching for apartments with Kessinger, once they returned from North Carolina, he was no longer interested in looking at apartments. Kessinger is heard here in this interview with law enforcement stating she didn't understand that he wasn't really as interested in the apartments as he had been previously.
iCloud?
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, some messages came over, so I assume that everything is, but I don't really know. Maybe I'm not as heavy as I thought.
What'd you remember? You just said you remember something besides that. Read.
Oh, you want to have a conversation right now?
He's an agent. He works with me. He knows about this. I can step out if you feel more comfortable.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't know, whatever.
This whole phone thing and her deleting stuff before she got there and not wanting to hand the phone over, it's just so sus. It's so sus. I mean, it's just like, it's... They want us to believe that, yep, this is another coinky dink.
You know what a fire stick is?
I just erased I was just done with him. I knew that maybe he married, or I know that maybe he killed his family, but I was done. And so I just wanted to erase him out of my life.
Okay, you probably do since you're a tech guy. They're like... Okay.
Oh, you mean like an Amazon Fire Stick?
Yeah. Okay, so he didn't have it in his possession, but on
Who's
Saturday...
he, though, Chris?
Yes. So Chris mentioned to me that on Saturday, that same day, because this kind of went hand in hand with the whole, like, apartment talk. Because I was like, oh, that apartment that he said he found that he was like, I was like, well, what's it called? And he was like, I don't remember. And I was like, well, how much is it? He's like, it's close to $1,100. And I was really taken back by that because I pay more than that. And I don't really have that nice of a place. And it's not a 2-bedroom. It's a 1. So that part kind of seemed odd to me, but I'd seen a few things online that were kind of cheap, and I was just like, all right.
So I'm not from Colorado, but is 1,100 an unheard of amount in Colorado for an apartment? Because I'm in Florida, and Florida's rent is like going through the roof. It's like outrageous, but it's not like 1,100 is where you can get a base, you know. You can't get a base of 1,100 in Colorado.
And he's like, I'm just trying to cut costs. And I was like, that's cool. I was like, how else are you doing that? And it was just out of curiosity. And he's like, well, I decided to get rid of
She's
cable.
very
And I was
fake.
like, okay.
She's one of these people, the women that I don't like. And if you say this, it just grinds on me. But she's one of those girls that I guarantee said, I don't get along with girls. I get along better with boys. I guarantee you that's who she is.
Because he loves sports. Dude, like, lives and breathes football. So I was like, okay. And I was like, that's a good cost to, you know, to cut back on. And he was like, yeah.
It's the best, because if I could, like, I am at the base level because I don't like paying money to somebody else for their dwelling. It drives me crazy. I am working on a new, I will not be paying rent in a year. I'm working on something completely new, and it just drives me crazy to pay rent to somebody.
Still stream.
Although at the same time, I try to say to myself that I'm very grateful that I'm able to do that at this time.
Via a Fire Stick. And I've heard of those things before. I don't really know a lot about them.
Are Fire Sticks something new? Were they something new in 2018? Because I had 2 Fire Sticks in 2018. So
but he was saying that he had a buddy working on it already for him.
Who's the buddy?
He didn't say. I didn't ask.
But why are we watching all of this?
That he had all that set up.
At the very least, emotionally in 2007.
Did you guys remember why we were watching all of that? It was just a very long clip of
Shanann
NK.
to see if he, quote unquote, looked like he was getting divorced, because I do believe it was Chris that mentioned in the prison interview that he did those videos, you know, just to help out with the business because he didn't want to hurt the income, and that it was all essentially a front was the explanation. This would make sense to cover for those earlier months. Maybe in 2017, it was just a friend or a flirty girl at the gym. But regardless, we know she didn't start Anadarko until 2018. And Chris was in Colorado approximately.
How do you think that they met? Do you think that they met at that at the gym when the Ruchaks were there and he couldn't work out downstairs? Do you think they met at Anadarko? It's hard to tell because of those searches, the searches that NK did. It makes me like, how did they do that? See, you know, Amy, I wouldn't be surprised if NK was involved in the murders. Yeah, that's always in the back of my mind too, Dallas. I can't say for sure because, you know, who knows? Only 2 people would know that, if assuming only 2 people did it. I mean, other people think that there's more than 2, but Chris and Chris seems to have a spotty memory, huh? Like it comes and it goes.
Only 6 months before
it's just insane.
Shanann sold the house in North Carolina. This brings me to the more descriptive timeline. While I did my best to include as much as possible, I also wanted to make sure it was more than just what's been discussed before. As you will learn with this theory, the back and forth, the uncertainty, the emotional battle going on between each person involved, it's safe to say we may never fully know what happened.
It was a complete pressure cooker, what was going on. We know that it was a complete pressure cooker. And Everybody wishes, I bet, at this point that it's alive. They would probably even Chris wishes he probably did differently. Everybody involved, maybe Nicole Atkinson, maybe. Well, no, she probably wishes she hadn't let her friend get out of the car. Everybody probably wishes they had done something differently. Why am I looking at this over here? What am I doing? Everybody wishes they had done something differently, I bet. So, do you agree with me? Do you think that everybody probably wished that they had done something differently? I think that's human nature when stuff goes wrong.
But what we can do is review the timeline.
Yes, and all we can do is learn from it at this point. We can't do anything else except learn from it and help the others.
Seemingly small things.
That's why I wish the root checks would just start a foundation and start working on that. Start working on helping others and Shanann's and the girls and Nico's name. I wish they would do that.
Resulted in fatal and a huge loss. We will use statistics as well as I'll share my personal experience that led me to this topic. If you haven't already.
Oh, that was her.
To the disappearance of Shanann.
That was her opening. Oh, wow.
We have 2 spots left for either the cafe for free.
Well, we've got to hear what she has to say about it first.
Guys, I'm in my pajamas already because it's bedtime.
Smells good.
Jump out to me until I was fine.
Let me see.
Goodness, it doesn't get better than this.
So what you think? His little ears perk up when she mentions Chris in the comments, and she tells him something along the lines of, no, there's other Chris's. Anything that is in red is from Kessinger. Black is typically just my narration. Blue is from Chris, and purple is Shanann. Just to kind of give you a little bit of a key code there. But November 22nd, 2017 is the Mean Faces video. This is the video where we see Shanann baking and interacting with her team and her family.
Oh, the Mean Faces video. Do you think that was NK doing the Mean Faces in the in that November video, or do you think it was one of NK's friends? Do you think it was Chris on the down low? I think it was NK.
Pauses and addresses the Mean Faces. Her demeanor completely shifts. You can see this video and clip in part 1 of Hidden Motives.
Oh, okay. Yep. And then the next day there's some pretty flowers.
Much the first half of the video, but you can definitely see a shift in her demeanor during that video.
Do you think she had a
November 23rd, 2017, Shanann.
Do you think she was worried Chris was cheating? I'm not really sure. I think she felt like Chris was like would never do that, like he would never cheat on me. I thought that too, because I got worshipped. And you never know. You never know. You never know.
The next day in another live video that Chris bought her some pretty flowers and they can be seen on the kitchen counter. Several of us have speculated whether or not he purchased those flowers to reassure her she had nothing to worry about.
No, you're not getting down.
I always want to eat those when I watch her cooking. Like really cooking, not those stupid that Thrive cooking, like really cooking.
Oh, please. Cece, be careful. Minute.
Aw. Well, thank you, Brooke. Just watched the live replay of yours from a few days ago. Happy to find another streamer I like. I'm happy you found me too. I'm happy everybody found me. I'm just amazed that 600 and some odd people want to watch me on YouTube. And then there's there's more, like 4,000 over on Facebook and just a few on Twitch. But I'm like really surprised and happy that people want to watch me, because sometimes I sit and think, like, who am I?
No, Cece. You want it down?
Hey, you guys tell me this. Do you prefer when a streamer comes on and you can see them? Or do you mind when a streamer comes on and they just have like their camera off and just a photo, or you don't really care? Because I'm trying to figure out what I need to do. If I need to do more of these where you see me, if I need, or it doesn't matter.
You gonna say hi? Ugh, Megan. Seriously? Say hi. I missed something.
Isn't it adorable that she's got this little Santa thing on?
Thanks. Chris got them for me yesterday for fun. Are you good? Are you doing good, kid?
She does kind of change there, doesn't she? She's like, yeah, thanks. Chris got them for me.
Like colorful flowers. Do you like the flowers, Bella?
No.
November 29th, 2017. Shanann and Chris are in their Steelers jerseys for another Thrive video. Chris appears more rested and is, it's my opinion, we can get a better baseline of him when we compare all the videos. In this one, he is supportive and genuinely smiling and laughing with Shanann, but then, you know, obviously you get those long pauses where he doesn't really have to say anything because she's pitching the sale. I do believe some may have looked too much into this in efforts to point out how bitter he was or how he was already like distancing himself from her.
So, you know, it's amazing what you can do with Thrive and how it gives you the energy and mental clarity. How are you watching? I'm sitting here. Weirdo. So Chris has lost a significant amount of weight since you started Thrive. How much?
50 pounds.
And he's in a medium. He went from a 2X to a medium. And that was before, most of it was before Duo.
Oh, yeah, all of it.
And Duo is new. So, you know, filling in those nutritional
So,
gaps, helping your body.
This was, if it was a football game, so what? It was probably sometime in the winter, right? January, February. Wait, when does football? No, football isn't a winter sport. That's basketball. It ends in January, doesn't it? Or February? When was Super Bowl Sunday? Sometime. It ends either in January and February. So this was January or February. I bet you it was January.
Helps your body crave less. You definitely eat healthier.
We should go over and see if anyone's saying.
As you see, we've eaten.
Does anyone know? I recently did some product photography for Thrive and had no clue that it was what SW was selling. Yeah. Did you try it, Brooke? I tried to try it, and I actually went through Nicole Atkinson, and she told me to join under her husband, and she would send me it, and she didn't send me it. And then like 4 months later, she asked me how I liked it, and I said she didn't send it to me. So she said, oh my gosh, I'll send it to you, but I didn't get it. So I've never tried it, and I would never pay to try it. But although, you know what, Thrive, and there's another company that has the best collagen, the best. It just makes your hair grow like crazy, which I'm trying to do, and it's just the best. I like seeing the streamer, don't mind either, but it's nice to make a face connection, makes it more personal. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I feel like at least if I stream like 5 or 6 times a week, then at least show up at least 2 in front of the camera so that people can see that it's really me. You know, sometimes like you see pictures and you're like, is that really her? But yeah. It's actually delicious. It was one of the Snickerdoodle flavored drink mixes. See, the only thing that I worry about that I wouldn't try, because it has that, and I never say it right, but it's like guana or grana seed extract. It's the equivalent to, I might as well take crack or meth, because it just makes me crazy. And it makes me, oops, I whistled. It makes me crazy. It makes me angry, and it makes me mean. And I asked her if it had it in there, and if I told her like I have really adverse, and it feels like chalkboards, like my nerves are just feels like something's grating on it constantly. And so yeah, please look on it and see if the ingredients in there, and because I think it is, but I'm not positive. Hey guys, this is Para Women Radio, and I'm Amy. If you could give this live a thumbs up, a smile, a happy face, I would really appreciate it. Hi to everyone on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, and hi to everybody in the replay. Thank you for watching.
This week we've had brownies. And
He does seem genuinely happy right here. He doesn't seem his usual, like, you can tell when he's faking it.
Here and there, so.
I think they were having a good day today.
It's amazing. Thrive has a lot of benefits for everybody. Go Chiefs. Who won that game?
I think they had this little like thing in the late winter to spring of that year. I mean, this is how Nico was obviously born, but they had this thing, or conceived. I'm sorry about that. He wasn't born. I think this was maybe during this time where they had this little honeymoon where they were trying to have the baby, and it was fun.
I believe the Steelers won that game, if I recollect.
Love you, Jess. I'm waiting. She's a diehard Chief fan. Diehard. So if you guys want more
Also, I don't get into this whole football thing because football's never been a thing. Like the only reason I go to a football game is to watch the crowd and maybe to look at the football players, but I don't know anything about the game. It's tailgate. Love tailgating. That's the only reason I do that kind of stuff. But I don't get into this banter of this is my team, your team. I usually pick a team if I like their colors or I happen to like somebody on the team.
If you are looking to try it,
like I like the Saints because I like New Orleans. So
shoot me a message. If you're one of Chris's friends, shoot him a message and he can get you some more information as well.
See, that's what they do on these MLMs. They get two people. They get their husband or their wife in on it, and then the one person really just runs the whole show.
We have 2 spots left for either the cafe for free or your DFT, regular DFT. So shoot me a message. Thanks everyone for hopping on. I see a lot of my faves are on here. Nikki, I sent you a message. Amy, I saw your message. I'll respond back here in just a minute.
You know, when I went to college, one of my best friends' name is Amy. 2 of the girls in the house that I pledged named Amy, and I was the 4th Amy. We were just like a trio of Amy's. Like we could have been like a gang of Amy's. Oh, thank you, Granny T. And hi, it's good to see you. I found this hair. I couldn't find it anywhere, and I found it. I did some cleaning. So, yes, I like to play with wigs and stuff while my hair is growing out. Let's see. So, guarana is high in caffeine, it looks like, very high. But also, if you take 5-HTP in high doses, you can get serotonin syndrome. A lot of those ingredients in higher doses can cause that. Yes. And I believe that one of the reasons Chris did what he did was because of those patches. I think he was like in a high dose of patches, and I think it was doing something to him. But I don't think it's an excuse or a reason, but I do think it played into it 100%. If you don't believe that supplements can make you crazy, you are wrong. Yes, it makes me manic. That guarana seed makes me manic. It makes me angry. It makes me aggressive. I don't do it, and it feels like chalks on my nerves or nails on my nerves. Just can't take it. And there's been certain drugs that I've been prescribed to try to treat like my migraines that have made me manic and crazy. And it had, one of them reduced me to sitting in a chair, shivering, calling my doctor saying, please get this out of me. How do I make this stop? It was just like, I felt like the world, like there was a vice grip and it was coming on me. And there was nothing wrong in my life. There's nothing wrong at that time in my life. There was just a vice grip coming on me. And this is, okay, let's fast forward because I don't know why we're still watching this.
The get together at the Fuzzy Taco. March 26th, she posts.
See, I miss what the point
they have
is.
This beautiful family, and now this parasite that's emerged in the form of another woman.
A parasite.
Was she always?
She called NK a parasite.
He mentions that she either kicked him out of the house or out of their bedroom, but you know, this was before they were married and before they had kids. Do you sense some similarities here? Keep in mind that the text seen on Netflix where she states, he's never been like this unless he was getting it somewhere else. I've always questioned the context of that message from Shanann.
You guys, did NK live in North Carolina? Did NK live in North Carolina? Because I didn't know that. Did she live in North Carolina while Chris and Shanann were in North Carolina? Well, she would have had to because she couldn't have. She might be in North Carolina now, but I mean, it would have been, yeah.
Now, fast forward to 2018. They've been married since 2012, so 6 years. Have 2 children with.
Is she trying to say that NK is the ex from North Carolina? What do you guys think about that? I think that's exactly what she's saying. Is NK is the ex from North Carolina. I'm just trying to digest this. What do you guys think? No, I don't think so. She might have lived in North Carolina, but I don't think she's an ex from North Carolina. I'm going to have to think about it.
Life together.
I have to think about new theories. I'm not one that is like, no, yes, no, well, I am at the beginning. You can hear me. I'm like, yes, no, not. What do you guys think? I have to think about it for a while.
How you may, but keep in mind many.
And maybe research if NK was ever lived in North Carolina. I'm praying for somebody to come along in my group that is like an amazing researcher.
Families in the United States are in more debt than they were at any given time. So it's my request to keep the judgments on their finances to a minimum in the comments, please. The heart of the matter were the kids. We hear over and over that Shanann was an attentive mother. Chris was a doting father. Both were great with the kids.
We do hear that.
Even from the mistress. She defends Shanann and Chris when it comes to the kids.
True that.
She can't stand to say her name, yet she can't speak.
I've never seen this picture of NK, I don't think. Have you?
Ill of her either.
This girl's pulling out the receipts.
They have this beautiful family.
Or she's actually not.
That's emerged
got
in the
some good
form of
pictures.
another woman is threatening the life of this marriage in this home. Shanann posted a photo with a caption of her accomplishments for the day. Rereading the post with the context of what was going on at the time makes me ponder.
It definitely looks like someone slept in this bed.
If that was the day it was decided Chris would be sleeping in the basement.
I'm sorry, I'm reading this. Up at 4 a.m. was Celeste, who woke up weird, fed girls, and started spring cleaning the basement. Got a lot of compliment. She always is up early. So far this morning, and it's 11:30 a.m. Jesus Christ. That's just like, I do wish I was that person. I really do. And I pray that whatever partner I find next is that person. Because I'm not that person.
Something happened prior to that dinner with the attorney that provoked Shanann to be so direct with a stranger.
But this is March, and this is like right around when Nico was. It was March, wasn't right when Nico was conceived. So it's just such a weird thing. But I mean, it would make sense too because tons of people think that having another baby will solve it.
to educate herself, and for someone who enjoyed reading and already knowing the devastation of divorce, something
You guys are
happened
all
that had
talking
her
over
being
in the.
cautious about what life would be like without Chris.
I'm going to go over to the
Here I put
comments in
the
just a
coleslaw
second.
mattered. That's a new video coming, if not a blog post, based off of something Frankie Jr. said in
Wait, what did she say?
in his interview.
Something's coming.
She can't. Coleslaw mattered. That's a new video coming, if not a blog post.
What did she say?
Based off of something from Ernie that provoked Shanann to be so direct with a stranger. She recognized an opportunity to educate herself, and for someone who enjoyed reading and already knowing the devastation of divorce, something happened that had her being cautious about what life would be like without Chris. Here I put the coleslaw mattered. That's a new video coming.
I can't hear what she's saying.
Based off of something Frankie Jr. said in
It's something Frankie Jr. said. She's doing another video. It sounds
You'll hear me mention
good.
it a few times, and then I will bring it full circle when I post that video as well. This post, in my opinion, was a turning point in their marriage, where at the very least the parasite was exposed. Some would argue that if Shanann knew about Kessinger, that she would have said something to her family or to her friends. But I challenge you to look at the location of these family and friends. You know, they're all kind of scattered. Think about another example of this. If you ever watched Newlyweds with Nick Lachey and Jessica Simpson, and then read her book titled Open Book, you will see another example of a woman who loved her husband in marriage so much that she wanted it to, quote unquote, appear perfect to those watching.
I love this hair right here. I love this haircut.
But it is an even earlier example of a marriage on display for viewers before we ever had Facebook followers. The discrepancy with the image versus reality was birthed with reality TV. Isn't this essentially what social media has now created for anyone using?
I feel like there's a lot of truth to this. I feel like social media is kind of taking over for reality TV, because all you have to do is go on YouTube and you can watch somebody's vlog. They're vlogging their life, their family's life. They're vlogging living in a tiny house. They're vlogging living in a van. They're vlogging traveling the world. I'm gonna be vlogging traveling to true crime cases and destinations. We are reality TV now, right? Let's see. The Idaho case is all I can think about right now. I don't know enough details in the Watts case, but enjoying the convo nonetheless. I talk a lot about the Idaho 4 too, because I'm very invested in that. The Idaho 4, the Murdaugh case, I've been doing a lot on. I do a lot on the Jodi. I do on JonBenet Ramsey. I have something coming up with that. I love talking true crime. You should see my Idaho spreadsheet. I would love seeing your Idaho spreadsheets, and we could maybe do a live together, Brooke, or you could give me the spreadsheets and I'll share it out there for you, because I love the Idaho 4 case as well. It's caught my attention big time. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get the point, and I feel, but maybe she's just making a lot of points, and maybe I'm missing the point.
A platform.
I'm trying to listen intently
see nothing
too.
but good, silence during the bad, an image upheld at all costs, and sometimes those costs are the lives of those we love. It's just not worth it. Going back to Shanann, her Facebook post remained thriving.
Okay, I got the point. The point is that none of those relationships, except the Osbournes, that didn't go wrong, but those other relationships didn't last because they were showing it for reality TV and they were trying to be something they weren't. And Shanann was doing that basically on her Facebook page. Got
it. And she battles the stomach.
Could you guys give this live a thumbs up, a heart? I'm sorry that I keep having to ask that, but I don't have anyone to remind you guys in chat. So it's just me. If you guys could, and it helps me. It sends me out into the algorithm and I get to party and dance out there and bring more people to our party. And it just helps my channel out. It's just a free way. And I really appreciate it.
bug with the girls.
Just like a little
Yet
click
she doesn't look
right
well
there.
rested again for a few months. This could very easily be the first trimester draining her as well. March 10th.
Okay,
and
so yeah,
11th.
March
This
was
must have been a
when
good
she
day
got
or night or
pregnant.
something else behind the scenes. It appears that publicly Shanann is praising Chris and his smiles appear genuine. It's my opinion that more and more quote-unquote conversations were being had about the female that would not go away. March 25th. There is a get-together in Greeley, Colorado, and Shanann mentions meeting at random 2 other customers at different tables. This was the one at the Fuzzy Taco. You can see the photos on Shanann's page.
I have to admit that I don't know a ton about the Thrive. So the Thrive stuff, it's interesting, but I don't know like the locations she went to with her Thrive business. I know she had like that big Thrive thing at her home, and she was giving away the newest Thrive bars or tastes of the newest Thrive bars. And then there was a LuLaRoe person there. And I think that bag thing that she did, it was an MLM get together.
And let me pause real quick just to go back up to.
I have a friend that seems to be doing really well in the MLM, and I just feel bad for her because I know so much about the MLMs, but I don't have the heart to say anything because it's not my place, I don't think.
The comment
because I know she must know about all of this, about all the anti-MLM stuff.
Out, with her being tired and whatnot. Some of the tiredness and exhaustion once she is pregnant could be accounted for that. I did not want to allude to that she was pregnant prior to that. So just throwing that out there. I do think some of her pictures where she looks tired, some of it is exhaustion, no doubt, from the pregnancy. But I do think she was battling a whole other demon at home. So moving on, March 25th, we covered the get together at the Fuzzy Taco.
I would have to think there were some demons because like something like this, like I said, it was a pressure cooker, but I just don't think like the pressure cooker happened in 2 months. I think more was happened. The pressure cooker didn't start probably in 2018. It was probably in 2017 because you think, I don't know.
March 26th, she posts to Facebook, when your ex says, let's try to rekindle the flame. It's like a little video. It's funny, but the irony here is that Miller's wife comments on this post in Shanann's comments.
Wait, what?
The
Millers commented right there. You guys, I feel like worlds are colliding here. NK living in North Carolina, the Millers commenting on Shanann's post. It's like, yeah, worlds are colliding. I got to go back a little bit. Sorry. Find the Black Queen post. Okay.
When your ex says, let's try to rekindle the flame, it's like a little video.
There's it was Sharon Miller.
It's funny, but the irony here is that Miller's wife comments on this post in Shanann's comments.
So my question, so the mother must be named Sharon. That's interesting. This is actually very good. I'm going to stop this right here with this one because I want you guys to go over and watch it. I'm going to watch more of it because I'm very interested and I'm finding new things that I'm like, what the heck? But let's go over and go into Facebook because I feel like I want to search for Sharon Miller now. Okay. Let me look and see. It looked like she had. This is the one that I think we just saw. No. Lives in Pinehurst, North Carolina. So it's not the Sharon Miller, or do I just have the... Because I feel like this would be the Sharon Miller that... Yeah, no, this is the Sharon Miller right here. But I don't think that's the Miller that bought the house, is it? Couldn't be, because she's in North Carolina. So I guess either I'm confused again, or she's confused, or I didn't understand truly what she was saying. That I don't know, because this is the Sharon Miller, because this is the picture right here. I think this is the picture that's in the... Right here. See right here? See if you can see. Yeah, you can. So I think that's the Sharon Miller. I don't think it's the Sharon Miller that bought the house, but I could be wrong. So anyway, let's go over. See, okay, so let's see. Now I thought I just want to take a break and go over to the chat and see if anything's going on. Nope, it's just me. Yeah, thank you for Brooke. I would appreciate sending that to me. I would love to look at it and show it with my viewers, do a live on it. So, oops, I didn't mean to do that. So, okay. Let's go over to Shanann's Facebook page. Or actually, let's go into some of the groups and see if anything, if there's any new posts. I don't know which, I rarely go to the groups over on Facebook, but let's go to the one that has 29K members. Okay. Ooh, what's this? I'm sorry, I need to just press on this for a minute. Oh, they're talking about the Idaho 4 and the Shanann Watts case. Since so many have been discussing, let me make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. You are, okay. Since so many have been discussing this case in our Watts discussion group, we have created a new group to discuss the murders. Oh, good. All right, there's a new group. I hope I don't have to fill out all the stuff. Oh, good, I don't. Okay. Let's see if there's anything new. Oh, look at how cute that is. It's little Bella. You don't see a lot of Bella in the pool. Or is that Cece? No, that's Bella. Remember when these hats were in style? Oops, the ones that had all this stuff on it. Group member. Why does Cindy feel the need to point out that Chris Watts was slim in their engagement photos? I want to know which are engagement photos. I think she is mistaken and he was heavy at the time, especially when you consider his age. But then I might have the photos mixed up, but pretty sure he was heavy when they met. The fact that he got heavier is a separate issue. I think he was heavier. He was a more heavy guy when she met, or he was a chunky, I don't know how to say it. He was he had a few extra pounds when he met Shanann, and that she liked men with few extra pounds. She said that. He was much bigger, but also wore his clothes about 3 times too big. That's true. Not just then, but up until he got into shape. But even then, his shorts were almost to his ankles. True that. I think he thought, oh God, why do I say true that? I think he thought it made him look cool, but really it just made him look like a loser. What a strange guy. Indeed. Something I never see discussed or asked about in any group that I have wondered since the beginning is how he was treating the girls that morning. He said he had so much rage and anger towards Shanann that he didn't fix the position she rolled out of the sheet and into the grave. He dug her, which is weird to say in the first place. You mentioned your anger and the position she's in her grave, as you didn't just kill her. But his final confession is true, and he killed them. Or even when he was grabbing Bella when she asked if he was going to do it to her. What's the question? And how? Let's get down to the questions. And how was he when he? Okay, I think the question was, how was he the day of the killing? Because he killed them. We don't know when he actually killed them. Did he kill them like before Shanann got home? Did he do it when did he do it? I think he did it out in the, I think he did the girls. Okay. I think he tried to unalive the girls in the house along with Shanann. And I think he unalived Shanann in the house. But the girls woke up, but I believe that Cece had extreme mind, her brain, she had extreme brain damage and wasn't acting correctly that morning. Let's see. Such a cute picture. It is a cute picture. N.A. did not even know S.W.'s approximate birthday. I really don't think they were best friends. All she could say is early 30s. That is no big deal, but people like to tell themselves fairy tales when it comes to this case. I bet many of you know her birth month and year on the top of your head. Actually, I don't. I think it's January, but... And I can't say that I know all of my best friends' birthdays. I'm just not somebody who remembers birthdays because it's hard for me to remember numbers. So it took me many years to work out a system to remember my mother's birthday. I couldn't remember if it was the 22nd or the 23rd. I get confused by it. I just put out a video on this of snapping. She was learning to snap her fingers with her grandma. There's not. Who is Sarah? Let's see. Who is Sarah? Both my kids were born kind. It's just that Sarah never met a stranger. Oh, this is Cindy talking in her life. And Chris, well, he liked people just fine, but he came out reserved and quiet, just like his dad, and he stayed that way. That's so understandable because, if you were to ask me, do you want to go to a big party or do you want to go to a small party? I would go to the small party every time. And if I could stay home, I would choose that. I'm one of those introverts that plans things. And then when the day it happens, I'm like, just like, God damn it. Why? Thinking ways that I might be able to cancel and then I have to weigh it like, is this because I don't want to go because of my social anxiety or is this because I'm in pain? Why exactly do I not want to do this? So I get it. He had a few close friends and I guess if I wondered how it would go for him later, and I did because I'm a mother, I hope that somewhere out there ahead of him was a sweet girl who would think like I had about Ronnie and value him for what he was. She would, I hope, simply enjoy being with my sweet, good, hardworking boy and build a life with him. What do you need, baby girl? Sorry, the little dog needs something. Hold on. What do you need, baby? What's you want? Tell mommy. Do you need to get down? You want to get down? Are you hungry? You want to eat? Okay, I gotta feed her. We landed on what was wrong. So hold on one second, you guys. I have to. Okay, I'm glad I'm not alone. Oh my God, same. My mom's birthday is on the 22nd, and I always confuse it with the 23rd. My mom's is exactly the 23rd, and I confuse it with the 22nd. So, twinning. Let's see. Cindy's default MO is always paints at CW as the victim for the moment he met SW. True. That is actually her true default. So I don't know. Do you guys want me to put the music on? It's gonna take me like 2 minutes, or do you guys want to just hang on? Let me pop on the music and sorry about that. She has decided that she only wants to eat the good stuff and she wants to make an appearance with us. So here she is. This is my little dog. She's a little dog. She's my little heart dog. She is Maybelline. I got her when I was social working. One of my clients was not taking care of her properly, so I bought her. And I definitely would have got fired if they found out. And I was going to rehome her, but that didn't happen. All right, let's see. Yes, social anxiety, no parties for you too, huh? Oh my gosh. Hello, Turquoise. I've missed you. Okay. And Well, excuse yourself. She always, always, always eats, then comes next to me and burps. But I've read that that means she loves me. She loves me. Let's see what else is in this group. Anything else, and then we'll pop over on Shanann's page. I'm sorry, this is longer than probably you expected, but I'm so glad if you're still here with me. If you could give this live a thumbs up, a heart, a smile, it helps my channel out, and it's really appreciated. Let's see. Was CW always capable of cold-blooded murder? Did that lay dormant with him until a combination of triggers causes him to act on his sociopathy? It kind of looks like he was wearing a Thrive patch. Yeah, that's just his t-shirt, but it does kind of. But he was loading up on those Thrive patches. Do you think he had it in him all along, or do you think it was like the combination of all the things that happened in his life, and this was just, I think Thrive patches probably sent him over. I think he always had it, and I think the Thrive patches and the combination of being on his own, because he really had never been on his own. He went away to college, but I mean, it was only a 2-year college, and it wasn't far away, was it? Let's see. Hi, I missed you too. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. You like my hair? I like this hair color on me. I used to have copper hair, and I cut it all out, and I'm letting my natural hair grow. But copper colors I really enjoy. I personally do think he had it in him all along, and Thrive helped. Yes, I think it was there all along, and Thrive helped send it over. Because Brooke E has mentioned that she did some photography for Thrive, and mentioned some other vitamins that can make you go crazy. So, and then when you overload on those that make you go crazy, oh my gosh. Happy Valentine's Day. I know she loved. I put out a Valentine's Day one too. Somebody said I was like reaching. I was reaching. I asked if in Valentine's Day if she was pregnant by then, or she was, because she had said that she had 3 kids, and she quickly corrected herself to 2. I think they were definitely talking about it, and they were talking about having 3 kids, and that's why she said 3 kids. So I'm not reaching. I do reach sometimes, but that wasn't a reach. Happy Valentine's Day. I know she is loved by so many people in the world. No one is perfect. The only perfect person in this world is God. But one of the things I could tell by observing her videos, etc., is that she loved her girls, and even the person that she was supposed to take care of them. My opinion, she tried until her last breath to save her marriage, and she was a great mom. My opinion is she did the best that she could, and she was doing a pretty good job. She only got to be a mom for 4 years, and on the mom job, momhood is on the job training. So I don't know a mom out there that thinks that they did everything 100% perfect. Like, even my mom has said that she wishes she did something different, which even my mom, and there was so many things that could have been done different. There were only a few that she wishes, but at least she wishes she could have done better, because that shows, it shows if a person knows better, I believe in my heart they do better. So, and that's how I can forgive people who are doing wrong. Alrighty. It seems kind of odd to send your kids to daycare so you can open crappy subscription boxes. I'm sorry. The judgment. Welcome to Walmart. My name is Rainman. He worked at Walmart. Of course he worked at Walmart. Was he a freaking greeter? Was he a greeter at Walmart? Tell me he wasn't a greeter at Walmart. He was a greeter at Walmart, I bet. Oh yeah. So I've been so removed from this case. Is there anything new that is reconsidering changes or adding an accomplice? Nah, there's nothing really new. No. Well, actually, there is some good new stuff. If you want to know good new stuff about Chris Watts and Chris Watts, because Ronnie and Cindy went to Dodge and they were confronting him about, like, Ronnie said he got him a cheeseburger and they put it on a plate, which was 8 inches round, the 8 inches round on the hatch. And he went over and he threw the paper plate in front of Chris and said, that plate is 8 inches round and you put the girls through that. Like, he doesn't believe that he could have possibly put them through. So they're thinking that, like, he did something differently, like put him through the hat, like not the hatch, but like the bottom thing. So there's that. And there's stuff that's going back and forth with the root checks and seeking the truth with Dave. I made a mistake. The house has been purchased by the Millers, and so everybody's watching the house closely. I made a mistake. I thought they had redone the, I forgot. I got out some chapstick. I put it on my arm, my hand, because I was getting the dog food. So, I literally forgot the house. And I said that the house was turning, they had painted it a cream color, but I was wrong. It was before it was being redone. It was when it was being built. It was when the Watts, before they had got the puke browns on it. So that's like all the changes that I know about happening. Everyone thinks that Chris is where the mom and dad think Chris is where he should be at this point. They don't see him as ever getting out. They're still trying to get they're still trying to get what they perceive as the truth from Chris, but Chris has a shoddy memory. So that's really all the new stuff that I know that's going on. But sometimes new stuff pops up, like just out of the blue, and there might be more that I don't know about because I haven't seen too many creators talking about the new house and the Millers. It happened at first. The Millers posted live, and I'm sorry, I started reading. So that's really it. But if there's more out there, I just don't know about it yet. But I like to, every week or few weeks, I like to talk about the case. And I'm also going to start walking and talking about the case, just like things that stick in my memory and things that confuse me about the case. Because I like talking about the case because I have a connection with it. I was in a hospital bed when I started hearing Shanann. I didn't know she was murdered, but she inspired me. And so I just have a kind of like a deep love for the Watts case. But I also venture off to the Idaho 4 case and whatever case that I'm talking about. And I do skincare suspects. So Angela from Angela's Aging Essentials and I, we team up and we talk about a case, but then we also talk about skincare because I'm passionate about skincare. I don't want to get old, so I take care of my skin. And I do also, I'm starting a thing with one of my old, I used to team up with her, and we're going to do music and murder and talk about murder and music. And I already have a band that I want to talk about teamed up. And when I talk about cases or like, it's always female oriented. But I also always appreciate the men that stop by, and we do actually have a lot of men that stop by that like us and appreciate us. So it's not like like, ooh, we're big bad feminists. It's just that I recognize that because I'm a female, I recognize that women still to this day need to be uplifted, and we need to reach our hand out to each other. And so I like to do that, and I like to bring people in with me and bring them up with me. So that's all. That was a long one. If you like me, please subscribe. And if you subscribe over on YouTube, be sure to ring the bell because it tells you when I post. I post mainly a lot on YouTube. YouTube is my main posting site. And then I also post over on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we do Twitch now. And so I'm just kind of doing it all over the place. Oh, we're over on Twitter. Did I say Twitter? And we're over there too. So, and we've got like different followings. Like on Twitter, I've got like 1,200 people following me. On YouTube, it's just under 4,000. Over on Instagram, it's like 1,400. So like it's just all different. And so I can see that I've got people up here watching me, and I can like scroll over and I see like mainly you're all over on YouTube, but I got somebody over on Twitch. I've got a Twitch follower that watches me, and I don't know who you are, but I see you. And so every time I stream over there, I get one follower, and I think it's probably the same person. So if X killed me and my kids, I don't think I would want to see a shirt. Oh, that's another thing. They wore the shirt, but another thing is that the root checks called Chris. The root checks called Chris in December or January. They just recently called Chris. So, I mean, that's something new. And that's over on Dave Seeking the Truth site. He's got that over there. Dave is in with the Watts, and so they get a lot of information. And my mom started her own body care line about 12 years ago. I've been working with her on our products since the start. If you're very curious, it's called Natural. I am very curious because not only do when I do skincare and suspects, I'm teaming up with Pink Beauty Organic Skincare, and they're going to come on and do the show with us, and it's going to be sponsored by their products, and we're going to talk about their products on the show and a true crime. So if that's something your mom thinks or you would be interested in, I would be absolutely thrilled to do that, Brooke. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Turquoise. You're such like, the name Turquoise just makes me happy. So, and you're just a delightful person. And I forgot where I was. Oh yes, the Watts called Chris recently. So if you want to know more about that, I can, on our next live, we can dive into that, because this live is almost going to be 2 hours long when we're done. So I don't want to go 2 hours, because I know people don't. When I see a long live, I'm like, whoa, I don't know about that. I don't know if I have time for all that. So I'm going to stop it in just a minute. But, and also, yeah, I said about walking. I'm going to start walking. I just have to do one more week of physical therapy, I think, because I just restarted physical therapy and it exhausts me. So I think I just need one more week of physical therapy, and then I can start walking again, and we'll do the Watts walks. And we're also going to start doing reviews on true crime books. One of my followers, we talked about it. I'm going to contact her, and I hope she still wants to do it, because she has 2 of the books. We're going to start with the Cato books. I'm going to rent them off of Kindle, but she literally owns them. And I don't think I could do the first Watts book that she did. So we're going to have to do the second book first, and I'm going to have to try to find the first book, because I like to compare it, see the differences. But yeah, we're going to do a book club, a true crime book club. So does that sound good to you guys? I'm a person with ideas. I got a lot of ideas. Parawoman Radio is going to be the umbrella, and we're going to have a lot of shows underneath that umbrella. And people are actually pitching show ideas that they want to do themselves that I will air on my network. And I am like considering that also. So if you have something that you think that would be good, if like you have a good idea, like I think it would be excellent to have a crafting crafting and crime show, where you do crafts and you talk about a true crime. I think that would be fun. It's just, I've got so many shows that I couldn't possibly do that right now on my own. Oh, look at that. She looks so pretty right there, huh? Can you guys see that? I want to make sure you can see it. Look how pretty she looks right there. Those shoes too. She was a shoe girl. I'm a shoe girl. I say shoes make the outfit. You can pull any outfit together with a pair of shoes. I guarantee you that. I am somebody who likes fashion too. Fashion, makeup. I'm a girly girl. I'm a girly girl. Look, I've always been a girly girl. I can't help it. It's never going to change for me. So, but that's such, 260 people. I'm going to have to like this too. Can I like it? Why can't I like it? There we go. Oh, look at Bella. I always wanted a little girl. I always wanted a little girl. Oh, Ronnie with the girls. Ronnie was so good with the girls, wasn't he? That big, brooding kind of guy, and he was so good with those little girls. You can't tell me otherwise. Oh, okay, yes. Yes. I don't have any turquoise right now, and I wish I did, because turquoise is powerful. I love gemstones and crystals. I'm a color person. I wear colors to kind of match the mood that I want to portray that day. Or sometimes it just happens I get dressed and it's like the mood I'm in and it's all black and gray. But yes. Let's see what else. So yes, you want to do, yes. There's a lot of authors that have written books on the Watts case. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of authors coming on the Gabby Petito case is another case that I follow closely. The Lori Vallow case, I want to go to the Lori Vallow case and be there in April, but I don't think I'm going to make it. But I definitely want to be on the Idaho 4 case and reporting in June of this year. So, yes. Okay, I think we're supposed to be friends. True crime and books and crafting and skincare. Those things are my life, and my 5 animals. Yes, my little dog is my life. My little dog goes everywhere with me. I have a backpack that is a cat pack, but she's a 6-pound dog. And I put it in front of me and she rides in front of me in a backpack everywhere I go. I live in Florida and people just don't question it. I go into every business, and I tend to, like, if I'm going to go into a business, I rarely take her into restaurants. But if I'm just doing a takeout, I do. But I've gone into restaurants and they've brought her like her own dish and stuff. So yeah, I am a woman that loves her animals, and I love every kind of animal. On my downtime when I'm not doing true crime, I watch Monkey Life. They've been releasing 2 videos a day, and Monkey Life is so, like, I get into it and I get out of my life. I love watching like the apes at the parks, but just apes is what I'm into right now. Sometimes I'm into hippopotamuses. Sometimes I'm into bears. Sometimes I'm into orca. So yes, that's what I do to run and escape from the realness of all of this. Because it's just really hard to believe you live in a world like the Lori Vallow Daybell, that was happening. You live in a world that was happening. Or you live in a world where the Watts case is happening. Or you live in a world where the crazy Idaho 4 case is happening. So to escape, I go to the world that I live in that's kinder and gentler. And that's why I created Feel Good University. I also have another YouTube page, and it's called Feel Good University. And I'm uploading uplifting things up there for people that just want to escape into uplifting things. Later, I might put up my mental health journey, but right now I'm in the middle of it, and I'm just recording it privately. I'm not ready to share that. Oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, you know what? I said we were going to go over to Shanann's page. Do you guys want to stay in this group and look at the pictures? Or do you want me to pop over to Shanann's page and we can look and see what she was doing this time of year when she was alive. I have a short hair, red mini Doxy dog. Oh, love the little dogs. I love all animals too. Yeah, I do. I was into watching otters for a while, but I moved over to monkey life. Okay, you want to go over to Shanann's? All right, let's do that. Let's see what Shanann was doing this time of year, and then we'll end it. Wait, we can just go right here. This is her page. Oops. Have you guys given your page over to somebody in case something happens to you? Like I've done that. I've given it over to one of my best friends that, well, I can't even call her my best friend anymore. She's like my sister. She's one of the Amy's. And she has control of my page if I die or when I die. Everybody's going to die. Okay. Go over to I like to look at photos. Let's see what the photos are first. February. What is the date today? Does anyone know? 27th. Okay. I spelled February wrong. Did I spell February? Is that right? God, I'm so bad at spelling February. I'm bad at spelling too, you guys. So when you see, yeah, I did it right. So when you see misspelling and stuff, please know that I'm severely sensitive to it because I try so hard and I always get something wrong. Always. I always put a comma in the wrong place or I spell something wrong. It's just my MO. Okay, this is December. I wonder why I can't. Does anyone know what I'm doing wrong? Why I can't just type in a date? I have, hold on a second. My autoimmune affects my mucus. I get really, but I have all these social medias, but I just like, I know them enough to know them, but I don't know enough to do like everything I want to do on them. Yeah, I type in March and I get June 13th. I don't get it. Let me see if somebody's telling me what to do over here. You are at the Otters. You know the Otters. The Low Tree and Hannah and can't think of the other one. Hannah's my favorite. Okay. Her little dog does sound adorable. So I'm not really sure why I can't do this. Ooh, I think I might have got it. No, wait. Yes. Let's do. She was live at February 2018. I don't get it, but okay. Oh, I put in March. Let's see. Up. Aha, here we go. This was February 14th, 2018. Sorry, the thing that I have underneath my laptop fell out when I got up to feed the dog, and I'm trying to use my foot. Happy Valentine's Day, Bella. I love you so much. Why didn't Cece get one? Did Cece get one, maybe? Mm-hmm. Just wondering. I mean, it just seems odd that it wouldn't be Bella and Cece. The girls keep asking if Bella will be back at school. They will be excited to see her. Ah, Bella is so excited to see them. God. Ooh, she posted on February 14th, the 5 love languages test. Take the test. Do you want to take it? Let's see. If I do it, then I have to. Oh, wait, I don't have anyone to take the test, so I can't take the test. So that would be ridiculous. I got ahead of myself. I don't have anyone, and I don't want anyone, so I should clear that up. I enjoy being by myself right now. I'm so glad that you guys are talking with each other in chat. I enjoy that. Hey. Did I pick a date? Any date. Only one thing for Valentine's Day? I am. Let's see. Let's see if there's any new. See where that takes me. The Watts the Watts family murder discussion page. This is why, you know what? When I was doing plays, I really loved doing it, but this is why I decided to become a director, because I much prefer like running the show opposed to having to act, because I get these like things in my throat, and like running the show, I can just clear them, but acting, it's like when you're doing a scene, you can't go, hold on, so it's why I don't like to act, and I much prefer directing and doing this kind of stuff. This is a safe place for, and this is Parrot Women Radio, and I'm Amy. If you could give this live a thumbs up, I would appreciate it, or a heart, or a smile. Even if you don't like it, I want to know, and I'd like to know why, so I can improve upon it. This is a safe place for intellectuals to discuss all aspects of this devastating case. We hope to have a great group of diverse opinions and plan to keep it going through the trial that is sure to come. Oh, this was in 2018. Also a place to add updates and share any new information. Let's see if there's any. Who is Sarah Waters? I'm seeing this. Oh, she's a person. Never mind. Ooh, so she asked in 2022 if there was any updates. Let's see. Oh, wait. Did you guys just read what I read? So she asked if there was any updates on CW from 2021 to 2022 letters. And this cat says, you missed the X-rated infraction he got in jail for begging some woman to send him her panties. He is really grieving for his family. Well, we got to click on this one, huh? We got to see more about this. Shit. Oops. Okay. Chris Watts prison disciplinary report dated June 2021. He was caught sending inappropriate emails to one of his female admirers. How do they have email in prison? Do they have like tablets there too, like they have in the Idaho 4 case? because I was told they get tablets in the Idaho 4 case. Idaho 4 case tablets. Have you heard that one? I've heard they get tablets. So he must have a tablet. Let's make this bigger so I can see this. Adult content report. I'm going to make it bigger. I'm blind now. I really need contacts. Division of Adult Instructions. I'm going to get them on Thursday. Ooh, that's as big as I can get it. Let me see. I gotta get close. Let me see how bad this looks with my face in the camera. Oh, well. It is what it is. During inspection of inmate Kolaski email, Sergeant something something placed an email from inmate Chris Watts. Ooh, his number is... Chris Watts is number 674796. I would love that for them to call, instead of Watts, call out 674796. Get over here. On hold for further review. The email was intended to be sent to the email address and it's been redacted. Associated, just the email address is redacted. Associated to the name, the Kimberly Griffin. Is that one of his? Because like every one of the people that knows Chris has had the fallout with him. So is that another one of them that has fallen out? Or is she back? I can't keep up. During the email, Watts states, send those panties. You'll probably have to wring them out first because I soak every pair. I didn't expect that. That's so gross. So gross. Okay. I need you so bad. I will F-word you so hard. Kimberly, get to me. This request is a violation of policy. Section 1, shall be allowed, packages which contains allowed or prohibited property of clothing shall be processed in accordance with, the emails also in violation of policy. Pornographic includes but is not limited to written materials. I'm not going to read this because I'm having a hard time seeing it. Human sexual behavior in a particularly offensive way. You think it was offensive? When was this? June 16th, 2021. So that was he was in the 2018, 19, 20, 21? He's 3 years in. Do you think he still has God? Do you think he's still using jailhouse religion? I don't know. Okay, guys, so I'm going to end it here. We'll end it on that note. Thank you, everyone, for being here. If you could be sure to give this live a thumbs up, a heart, a smile, whatever, however you do it on your platform, please be sure to give it to me because it helps my channel. It helps me dance out into the algorithm and bring more people back to the party. It's just a free way to help my channel out, and it's so appreciated. And if you like my content, be sure to subscribe. And if you subscribe, you got to ring the bell because that tells you when I go live, and it tells you when I post content. And I do it most every day. I didn't do it a few days this week because my autoimmunes weren't playing fairly. But other than that, I try to do something every day. So I thank you all for being here. I love every one of you. And we will meet again soon, I promise. Hold on a second. Yep. So we'll meet again soon. I really promise it, because I love being here with you guys. I really do. You're actually part of my therapy, and I love it. So thanks everyone for being here, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.